Dan Kaiser here with Tom McCrana. We're here for a little NFL football action here on the Winners and Winers YouTube channel and winnersandwiners.com. Uh, new place for us here. Same free play videos. I know we got a couple of really good games here to get to. But before we do, if you could please like, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. That way you will know when any handicapper here at Winners and Winers drops a free play video into this new channel, and then you can come on in your leisure and watch it and take it from there. And while you're watching, please drop a comment, drop something in the comment section. If you like our play, if you don't like our play, what you're playing this weekend, maybe any other thing you might want to see that some content that we haven't touched on or other cappers haven't touched on. Just drop us a comment in there so we can get an idea what direction you want this channel to go into. Well, so now we can get into these games here. We got two good games here. Ryan, I'll let you start off here. You got the Rams against Tampa Bay. You got the Rams coming in at 6.5 favorites, 49.5. Those lines come from DraftKings. But if you want the best lines out there, up to date, get oddslogic.com. It's a great line service. We use it. Basically, you get all the books and all the latest lines right up there on one screen. You're not having all your books up on one screen, clicking on different tabs to figure out who's got the best line. And if you bet a lot of college sports, or especially college basketball, you really should have more than one book to bet at, because these lines, some books will have 4, some will have 3.5. And maybe you'll have an outlier that has 4.5. If you can get that extra half a point here or there in the long run, as you know, right, that's where you make your money, is getting the best lines out there. So, with that being said, Ryan, I'll let you take it away with the Rams and Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I actually found a nice total earlier today for one of my college basketball plays. I found a 180.5. It was 182.5 everywhere else. Thanks to Odds Logic. And before I start out real quick, have you this game's a Sunday night football game, so we're on NBC. Do you see NBC got the rights to Sunday night baseball?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, so they did. So when Sunday night football starts next year, if you have to watch it on Peacock.
All right. Well, there you go.
Weird. I like Peacock. Yeah. So this is the Buccaneers at the Rams. As I said, this is Sunday night football game, November 23rd at 8:20 at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. You can watch this on NBC or Peacock. The Rams, they've been red hot, 5-game winning streak. They just beat the Seahawks 21-19. They're on the top of the NFC West standing. They are the NFL's number 2 scoring defense, allowing only 17.2 points per game over that 5-game winning streak. This offense is really good, too. It's balanced. You have Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, and then they run the ball well with Kyron Williams. Bucs, they're slumping. They have back-to-back losses. They had a shootout loss last week at the Bills. They do still lead the NFC South. But this defense has surrendered 72 points in the last 2 weeks. They rank near the bottom in big plays allowed. Baker Mayfield has kept them competitive, but the offense is banged up. What I'm looking at here is the Rams pass rush versus the Bucs O-line. Tampa Bay has a lot of injury issues up front. LA, I think it's going to be able to disrupt Baker Mayfield with Jared Verse, Braden Fisk. As I talked about earlier, Stafford, Nacua, Adams, I think they're going to have a lot of success against this secondary. Tampa allows the third most 20-plus yard completions. So I expect to see points actually from both sides on this fast track at SoFi. Bucs run game. If Bucky Irvin can play, I think he's going to have some success against this Rams front running the ball. I also think it helps them that he is a pass catching back too. I think they're going to need him. Uh, as we know, the Bucs, they have injury problems. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, uh, Bucky Irvin. I don't know what it looks like he's going to play, but I don't know. Rams, they look pretty healthy here. Uh, yeah, I think we're going to see a high scoring Sunday night football game here, but I think the Rams are going to be able to pull away late. Yeah, I like Stafford better here. I think Tampa's defense is gas. Yeah, I expect 30 plus points from LA, and we'll see if the Bucs can keep up. But I like the Rams to cover this big number. I also lean to the over.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah, I can see that. I kind of like the over in this one also as well. So I know you've been pretty hot here in football. I know you got we got some nice specials going on at Winners and Winers. Why don't you tell them about the Weekend Warrior package before I get into my play?
Yeah, so since we're on a football show, that is a good thing to talk about. So the Weekend Warrior package, $49. It's going to get you any handicapper of your choosing. You're going to get their Saturday college football plays. You're going to get all their Sunday NFL plays. And as a bonus, you're also going to get the Monday night plays if your capper throws them out. Both of us do. I mean, they're big games to bet. Sometimes on Monday, it's the only thing to bet.
Yeah.
But yeah, Weekend Warrior, $49. All football plays for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
All right. Yep. That great deal. Great deal. Check that out. All right. My game, NFC North. You know, it's my backyard here. Minnesota Vikings, Green Bay Packers. It's kind of an important game here in the NFC North. Minnesota, obviously if they want any chance at anything, they need to win this game. The Packers they're in a dogfight right now with the Bears and the Lions. The Vikings come in, they've lost 4 of their last 5 games. Their biggest thing right now, JJ McCarthy, he's back under center, but he's been a lot more, I think, missed than hit this season. He's looked great. He had the opening game against the Bears. Last week he looked okay at times in the fourth quarter. He looks good in like fourth quarters, but the problem is it's the other 3 quarters before that not only have Vikings fans, but the receivers shaking their heads. I mean, Justin Jefferson, he's a great wide receiver and he's open. He gets open, but you can't. McCarthy just can't get the ball to him. So yeah, it's been kind of an ugly here for Minnesota. He's completing just 52.9% of his passes. He's got 800. He hasn't played much, as I've said. He's got 842 yards, 6 touchdowns, but 8 interceptions. Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison have combined for just over 1,150 yards. There should be more. Addison's dropped some balls that he probably should have had. Jordan Mason leads the rushing attack with just under 500 yards and 5 touchdowns. The defense is decent. They give up 23.2 points a game. You'll get this Green Bay team, and again, it's one of those teams I don't know what. It's kind of like you don't know what to make of them. They've won 4 out of the last 6 games, but some of the games they don't. Some of the games they win, that hasn't been pretty. Jordan Love has been better than JJ McCarthy, but again, he still has people in the Green Bay shaking their heads because sometimes he looks like a top 10 quarterback and he's worth the money that they're paying him, and then sometimes he's looking like JJ McCarthy-ish. So he needs to step it up. He does complete 67.7% of his passes, but the thing with that is, they're not a lot of downfield passes. A lot of short passes for the Green Bay offense. Still for 2,400 yards, 15 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions. That's the one saving grace for him. Doesn't turn the ball over. The ground game's averaging 113 yards per contest. Josh Jacobs has 648 yards, 11 touchdowns. Defensively, they're a little bit better than the Vikings at 19.6 points per game. The big thing for this Packers team is, they miss Kraft, the big tight end. He loves security blanket. He's the big play guy for first downs, and he's out for the season. So that's kind of messed up this offense a bit. It's tough. The Vikings are watching their season kind of fall apart. They've had some chances here. if they could have beat the Bears in the game or two ago, they could have, they've been looking a little bit better here, and they had that game won at the end, but gave it up. It's really hard to back them with this quarterback situation. They scored less than 20 points in three of the last 4 games. But the Packers, their offense hasn't been much better. They scored 26 points combined against the Panthers and the Eagles. And, they beat the Giants, but the Giants put up a ton of points against them, and they had to come back in that game. So their defense isn't playing up to what they thought it was going to be, especially after they got Parsons. The big thing here is the Packers are 1-7 in their last 8 games against the spread as a favorite. They failed to cover their last 7 games as a favorite of 4 or more points. The lines here are sitting at the Vikings 6.5. I'm gonna take the points with the Vikings here. I think they'll be able to keep this one close, especially with their defense. And I'll have a personal rooting interest on the Vikings, because anytime we can knock the Packers down, it helps out my Lions here. So yeah, I'm gonna take the points of the Vikings in this one, and I just think they'll be able to keep this one close.
So if you're the Vikings, are you looking for a quarterback next year? You're rolling with McCarthy. There's really nobody. There's really nobody in the draft.
No, that's the problem, and I think that's the problem Cleveland. I think that's the problem Cleveland is finding out, because they have two top draft picks, and I think they're figuring we can get by through the season. We can stink, and we'll have the number 1 draft pick or 2nd overall pick. And, we'll get a good quarterback. And everybody was thinking it was going to be Arch Manning or whoever. And, like you said, there's not really a quarterback coming out that you would say, yeah, I want that guy. And I heard some guy say the other day that he thinks the best quarterback coming out right now is the guy from Baylor.
I mean, it's not far off.
Yeah, but that's not saying a lot.
He's probably the most NFL ready. Yeah.
But that's not like I would be looking forward to saying, hey, I'm drafting the Baylor quarterback number 1 overall. Yeah. I don't know. And I heard somebody else say the other day, I think McCarthy's biggest problem right now is his mechanics, and can they fix that? Like the guy said, he says it looks like he's like a closer in a baseball game, giving the big windup, and it might be something they can fix. So with the state of the quarterback situation right now, I think I might ride with them for another year. They probably should have kept Darnold for another year. To be
honest. Yes, or Daniel Jones. They had both of them on the roster.
Yeah. Hey, just for you'll like this. I got a new big game guy now, since James is not coaching. I got big game Sam Darnold.
Big game Sam.
Yeah, Sam Darnold.
Yeah, he's that. That was a rough one last week.
Well, yeah, and he looked great last year until the end of the last game of the season against Detroit. That would have given him the number 1 overall seed, and then the first game in the playoffs, he stunk. So now he's my new big game Sam. So, all right, we went a little off tangent there, but Rye likes the Rams. Laying the points. I'll take the points with the Vikings. We want to tell the people you got anything special going on right now. You can tell the people what you got, and then I'll let you close it out.
Yeah, I mean, we're coming into Thanksgiving real quick, so I'll load it all week. But yeah, my college basketball is starting to get hot. I'm still hot in the NHL. It's probably my best sport right now. NFL has been really good to me last 5-6 weeks now. So yeah, I'm actually all football has been pretty good to me. I've been doing less of the college weekday games, but during the weekends, Saturdays have been pretty good.
All right, sounds good. All right, Ryan, we'll see. We'll check out. Remember, like, subscribe to this Winners and Winers channel. This is where you'll find me and Rye going forward. And Rye, as only you can do.
Let's catch some tickets.